my face resting on the cool cold that is the porcelain of a dirty toilet. And I was wondering if my luck was going to run out. Back up the night before, it's Wednesday night, fourth Wednesday in November, and my parents, my mom and stepdad were out of town, and I decided it would be a good time to have some friends over for a little party. I was 16, so that meant all the guys I knew would come over, and whatever alcohol we could get our hands on would be consumed. It was the first time I remember seeing a bottle and drinking a Mad Dog 2020. I thought it was delicious. There was also a lot of beer being drank there that night. My friends Matt, AJ, and Dan were there. There were a few other guys that brought some of the stuff that we could drink. At one point, I remember we were in the garage smoking cigarettes and drinking, and Dan noticed that we had a garbage pail, garbage can filled with grass clippings, and he thought, this is awesome, I don't have to go inside to piss. And so every time Dan had to pee, he would just go over to the grass thing and he'd say, hey Bart, nice fucking bathroom. And I was like, man, go pee inside, but he didn't care. So as the night goes on, somebody brings in a bottle of whiskey, and all of a sudden I look around and I don't see Matt, I don't see AJ, and I don't see Dan. What I do hear is the bathroom door slamming shut, and three guys in the bathroom starting to go at this bottle of whiskey. And I'm starting to get a little pissed off because, damn it, it's my house and I want some whiskey too. But they won't let the door open. They're not letting anybody in. It's the three of them with that bottle of whiskey against the rest of the world. A little later, Matt takes off outside, and someone said, holy shit, we got to get Matt. Apparently the whiskey had kicked in because we had to pick Matt up, not pick him up, we had to chase him down. He jumped on the back of someone's car and was riding on the trunk down the street. So we had to go get him and drag him inside before he made too much of a scene for the neighbors. A little while later, I noticed that Dan is again in the garage taking a piss when Matt kind of gets this look on his face like, oh no. And he starts puking all over the place. He starts puking on a little, like a rug to wipe your feet on. He goes inside. He pukes in the living room instead of going to the bathroom. Dan, of course, thinks it's the funniest shit in the world, and he starts peeing again in the garbage can, and next thing you know, he's throwing up in the garbage can. Meanwhile, other people are arguing out. It's not just Dan that's been peeing in there, it's like every guy at the party has been peeing in this thing. And a little while later, AJ finally hits the fucking jackpot. And he sees a beer, and he picks it up, and he shakes it, there's a liquid in there, and he's like, oh, hell yeah. And so he's like, hey, buddy, with our friend's brother, he says, buddy, can I drink this? And he's like, yeah, man, help yourself. Buddy chews tobacco. So AJ slams it back, and just like that hot stove, he makes a beeline to the bathroom. He throws up everywhere except the toilet. So Matt's passed out on the living room floor. Dan's passed out on the kitchen floor, and AJ stumbles down the block and passes out on his own steps. I'm running around frantically. It's like 10 o'clock at night on a Friday. I know my sister's coming home shortly. So I've got to clean this fucking mess up. And our friend Ryan's sitting up in the kitchen window, drunk, slurring, trying to tell me how to clean things up. I broke a shot glass trying to clean the puke off into the sink, and so I'm freaking out about the shot glass. My buddy John shows up and says, John, I'll give you $10 if you take me to something. This was like an Ozarks little shot glass. I'm like, any fucking redneck gas station's going to have one of these things. So we start off on this journey to hit these gas stations and find the shot glass. But we hit 23 and then realized we're not going to find the thing. I got to get back to the house before my sisters get home. So we get back to the house. I'm cleaning things up. Ryan's sitting in the window still pointing and directing. And my sister starts pulling into the driveway. And Ryan's like, fuck this shit, I'm out of here. And so he dives and makes it look like he's sleeping on the kitchen floor. I'm sitting at the couch reading a magazine. My sister comes in, all right, you old assholes, I know you're full of shit, get out, this place smells like puke. So everyone kind of rallies, grab their sleeve, clean up as much puke as we can. I figure I'm going to hit the sack, go to sleep, and things are going to be fine. Mom and stepdad are out of town, they're not coming back. So I have to go to my father's for Thanksgiving dinner. And usually, I just love the smell of all that food cooking. It's great. But this time, I walk in the door, and I go straight downstairs, and I try to take a nap on the guest bed. Whatever I do, I just want to keep my concentration. I'm good. Don't let them know through. I'm okay. Dinner comes, you know, our good friend Bob, the junk car collector, shows up for his annual visit. And we sit down at the table, and I'm struggling, but I'm going to do it, damn it. And the food comes, and I eat sparingly, you know, and a little sweat glistening off my forehead. And then someone brings out peach cobbler, and that son of a bitch. I look at the peach cobbler, and it looks back at me, and I turn around, and I start walking over to the steps, and I'm heading down the stairs, and I can feel it, like I've got that sweat, I'm getting jelly. I make it all the way into the bathroom, and I sit there, and I rest my head on that dirty fucking toilet seat, and I wonder, is my luck gonna lie?